job. This is just a heads up. I'll get into the first of it right now. This is all that matters. If you just click off this stream in like 5 seconds and find out what a Thurston County is. I think I got that right. I don't go to Washington much. I'm not headed to Washington. I don't know. I didn't know there was any riots up there. I didn't know anything about what was going on. I do now. I just happened to see something pop up on a YouTube suggested while I'm sitting there getting unloaded, and it said that the Thurston County Sheriff was basically they're tired of rioters, and they're like, okay, now we're actually going to punish rioters. And I'm like, well, I'm thinking in my head, I'm thinking, well, you probably should have done it in the first place, but they got policies, they got crazy whatever. Listen, it's not about policies, it's not about politics, nothing like that. But if they are concerned with fighting crime and knowing what's going on, they might want to know that there's 2 bus loads of immigrants headed in their direction. Okay, so you got to go back a day. Last night, okay, last night I'm down there getting fuel, and I'm in man, I have to look at the name of that city to be honest, but it was in Utah. Okay, now I'm up here in Idaho, but I was in Utah, and I was getting fuel at the fuel aisle, and I'm like, oh God, I'm not even going in this truck stop. Look, all these people were standing outside the truck stop, and I looked over, and there's one bus, and there's another bus. There was at least 2, there could have been 3 or 4 running together. All of them stopped at the same truck stop. They were no-name buses. It wasn't no Greyhound or this or that. I don't know what kind of chartered bus they were, but they were full buses, like not little bitty, you know, nothing that you would take and make into a senior handicap kind of little bus. This was a full commercial size bus, the biggest one you could get. 4, I think there was 4. I saw 2, then I looked over on the fuel aisle, there was another one. I'm pretty sure they were all 3 together, and they were like some off-brand, no-name brand buses. The point is, so I guess they fueled one at a time and went around to the front, and they let the passengers off one at a time, but the whole truck stop was full of immigrants. Now, these are South American, I don't know, Venezuelan, whatever, wherever they came from. The point is, if you don't have a problem of them coming up there and rioting, even if they're just coming up there and being dumped, you got people to deal with. So that's a whole nother problem, or it's the same problem. But okay, so I'm on there after I noticed that, and I'm like, I'm not even going in this truck stop. There's just too many freaking people in there. I can't even walk around and feel comfortable. And I just had to use the restroom after I fueled. I waited, and then so they all got on the bus and left. And when I went in there, the woman inside said, oh yeah, they're headed to Seattle, Washington. So you hear what I'm saying? So that's intel. You got buses going to Seattle, Washington, full of illegals. Okay, what are they going to do when they get there? They're all what? Middle-aged, you know, men, not a woman in sight. Not one woman in sight. So they could have come up from the border, whatever. I'm being honest here. I don't know if they've got anything to do with the riots. It could just be diversionary subterfuge. Anybody that's been in the military that's in the sheriff's department knows what I'm talking about. That's what it could be. Or they're going to have them sit outside the jails up there and all. So here's what's going on up there, because I just found out about it on a reel. All right. It said, it was a Thurston County Sheriff saying, we are no longer going to let you riot if you do all this damage to these buildings. Basically you can riot, I guess, but if you bust up a building, then we will chase you. And then he said, if we chase you and lose you, then we will send the dog after you. And then whatever, they are planning to actually really crack down. Okay. So then I go further. And it wasn't just that they busted up a bunch of buildings in Thurston County. They set fires with trees that they pulled up and something else and threw grass somewhere or something. I don't know, but they set fires outside of the jail and was going to burn down the jail. And when the police showed up, they left, but they left a sign that said, burn down all the jails or burn all the jails and set all the people free. Okay, it was in English. They probably left it because they didn't even make that sign. They probably just was handed that sign. Who knows? They bust them in all the time. So, all right. They got some issues up there in Washington. I'm glad I'm not going to Washington. I don't want no part of y'all state for a good hot minute. Y'all clean that mess up and come on back. You know what I mean? We're just truckers. And so any truckers that might need to go up there, you remember what happened in the Rodney King trial after the aftermath of that, when a truck driver pulled up and they hit him with a brick. Listen, that, and a fire hydrant too, I think, or something, that is what you might encounter if you're going to Washington. Watch your back, keep your head on swivel. Everybody watch everybody's six. There you go. It could be a dangerous thing. They're rioting in some form or fashion. But they showed the town all beat up. They showed, man, that place already had bars on the doors, but the bars that were around these shops were even beat up and the glass was busted. How you gonna beat up bars? I don't know. I don't know what kind of pry bars they had, what kind of lock cutters they had, what they had going on. I'm just saying something is going on up around in there, okay? And so up there, they got some stuff going on, and I'm telling you, I didn't send them, but this is just a way of speaking that we speak in the South, okay? We sending y'all a couple buses, you know what I'm saying, of people, and they're all illegal immigrants. So y'all got them on the way. I didn't send them. I'm saying they headed your way. I think there was 3 or 4, because I don't know if the other one's together. So, and you make comments if you want. I see 23 in the room. That's a lot for me, because I usually try to sneak in, do it live, and then get out, and then people watch it. I appreciate all 23 of you. God bless you. And be careful. In Seattle, Washington, they're rioting. Know that there's more on the way. They're busting them in. Okay? All right. Because anytime there's any kind of a Palestinian this and that, it's like, who's going to protest that? Well, they bust them in. They're professional rabble-rousers. These people who do this stuff, they get paid by the hour. They put up these ads online. And you wouldn't believe me until you understand that the police officers that I've seen in Atlanta, in Chicago, and some other cities, not only are they aware of it, but they know the identities of some of these people that they make a living, okay? There's this one kind of big guy, and they all know him. They're like, yeah, we know who you are. We know what you're here for, you know? And they're the ones that get a little bit more violent, and then the other ones they don't know, but they're like, yeah, well, we're going to watch them too. These are people that maybe they're making $14 an hour, I think it is, okay? And they'll bust some in there, and if there's something going on, they riot, or they picket, or protest, or whatever you want to call it, and then they start mess. A certain few of them start mess, but they pay them accordingly. They bus them in. I've seen the buses before. This is a new, different thing. I think these are all illegal immigrants from the border. But I want to say it was 4 buses. Oh, there was a lot of people. Oh boy, there was a lot of people. I mean, if a truck driver's like, I'm not even going in the truck stop, use the restroom, I'll wait a minute after you fuel and you just chill. Look, that's saying something, okay? So people, I wouldn't go to Seattle right now. I ain't trying to mess with y'all's tourism up there. And if there's anybody that is in contact with the sheriffs up there, you can send them this video. I might even call them myself. I mean, I'm about to be out. Go ahead and just share the video. Share the video, put it on their page. Tell them they got at least 3, if not 4 buses headed their way. I think the other one was with them. Anyway, 2 was in the front, 1 was in the fuel aisle. And then there was the other one. So I think that they were taking fuel and then driving around the front and letting the passengers out to use the restroom and doing it one at a time, but they're all together. So, and the lady inside said that they were going to Seattle, Washington area. I didn't know they had rides up there. I'm glad I seen that. So, I'm not really trying to go, man, I ain't really trying to go anywhere right now. I'm out, people. God bless you. Y'all have a good day. You can make comments if you want. I'm going to play a little music and I'm going to chill. That is the intel. You see something, say something. Thurston County, I know y'all want to chase some people down. You're going to have a bunch of them. You can chase all over. Y'all can chase all day. You got plenty of people to chase. So, every one of them's illegal. They just got here. Just saying. Nothing against someone coming to this country. They seriously, honestly, I'm going to say this. I'm going to put this out there. If there's a Napoleon in the bunch, all I'm going to say is this. If your countries are being overrun by a cartel and you're leaving, tucking tail and leaving, and you're fighting age men, okay, I get it. You got no arms. I think that Springfield Armory, somebody with some cojones, maybe some special ops people, maybe some ex-Marines, maybe somebody wants to be the Napoleon Bonaparte of our era and could actually just have a standing army out of them people and go back down south. And like I said, maybe Springfield Army wouldn't mind arming them. And they could go back and take their countries back. What's wrong with that? You know what I mean? Something's got to happen. I get it that some of it's being run or whatever. If it's causing problems, which they don't let all the terrorists in, I don't know what the point in putting Raising Wire up now. Really, they should just have it. They need to maybe just have it like, just open the border now. And then maybe we want to go down there if it gets that bad up here. Okay, seriously? I don't know. I don't know what to say. All I know is it's too late now to act like they're going to do something when it's just too late to do something, right? Well, I'm telling Thurston County ahead of time, might be a good idea to do something now because you got busloads of them, and when they're all in one spot, you might maybe even check out the buses, right? So, if anyone wants to say something, y'all want to knock me down, you want to say everybody was an immigrant at one point, you want whatever you want to say. All I'm saying is this. They were trained down there in weapons, in so-called jails that ain't even jails, and they found all the weapons down there, and nightclubs and stuff, and they were not prisons. They were training areas, and they were teaching them how to take apart weapons that they're going to steal when they get up here, when they go door to door. People. So, everybody wants to call the sheriff, right? I'm informing the sheriff. You got people coming. So, I'm going to chill, listen to some music. As soon as I find, let's see, BPM Diplo, I put it on chill most times, Studio 54. So, other than that, for all my other truck drivers out there, I know, trust me, I know. Oh my gosh, you work until you wore out and you shut down, and then you get the messages that how come you didn't do an empty call or this, that, which I'm fixing to do. I think I'm going to do that so that they can just, I already tell them I'm empty. I don't know what the deal is. Cat Williams just put out that thing. Everybody's using that. It's really funny. You should look it up if you're a trucker. If you want to, send it to your dispatcher. It's going around. And a friend of mine shared it, and I thought that was hilarious. Cat Williams was talking about something. But what he did say was, he said, I know I'm going to be there. They know I'm going to be there. And when I do get there, I'm going to do my job to the best of my ability. So next time they want to have you update your ETA, you can send them that. It's just funny. I actually have heard of drivers actually send that to the dispatch. I'm cool with whatever, man. You know, I do my own thing, you know. If they don't like me, you know, they can change what they do, but I think they like what I'm doing. I give them intel. I'm like, hey, I'm here. If it ain't enough or it ain't scanned in or whatever, it's because it was the end of my day, man. My day ended. Sorry. Yours started, mine ended. So for everybody starting their day, do your thing. Greetings from the night shift. I bring you tidings from the frozen lands of the north. It's not that bad. It's actually 47 degrees showing. I don't know, it's not too bad. Stay out of Washington. I'm sure that they got enough people up there already. I mean, I know they need loads. I know they need food. I get that. But whoever's going to Washington, just have your head on swivel and keep in mind that they're bussing in problems. Crazy. And how are we going to stop anything if the federal government's going in there with forklifts to let them in, and then they got the buses ready for them, and then they have a different bus. It's a whole thing where even in South America, the people are walking, but they put all their belongings on a different bus. It does not get checked. Those backpacks that they all have and everything else, and suitcases and stuff, they meet up and they get them later. So what's in the bags? Anybody checking bags? You know what I'm saying? Crazy. Well, what's left of me says hello to what's left of all y'all. God bless you. I'm gonna get off this thing. Do your thing. Just know what's popping. See something, say something. Y'all notice some buses traveling to an area. You might want to check out and see if there's already riots in that area. I guess I didn't know to do this. Maybe this is a new thing that we should do. So I'm making this Operation Hot Biscuit. I'll put it up on there. My truck's rejetting. Before it does all that, I'm gonna let y'all go. God bless you. Stay safe. I'm out. Peace.